I'm quitting Instagram. There, I said it. I'm a video and visibility coach, and I'm quitting Instagram. In this episode of the Camera Confident podcast, I'm diving into why and also telling you about my 90-day visibility challenge, which is all about diving deep into YouTube and LinkedIn, a 90-day sprint to grow to 10K followers between the two platforms. It's not going to be easy, but I hope you'll join me. Hi, and welcome to the Camera Confident podcast, whether you're watching on YouTube or listening on audio. I'm so glad you're here. I'm your host, Shirley Engel, and I'm here to talk to you all about things like what to say on video, how to say it well, and how to create buzz for your business or your brand or whatever it is that you're trying to get visible doing. Today, I want to talk about something that I know a lot of content creators are struggling with, and that is Instagram. Instagram has been a very tough road for me personally, and it's even harder because I am a video coach. I'm supposed to know this stuff. I'm supposed to just post videos and have them blow up, right? Wrong. Even people who know how to create videos, and I have a long career in broadcasting, I'm a storyteller, I'm someone who knows production, and I can't crack the nut that is Instagram. So I've come to this realization, it's just not going to be part of my content plan. I'm quitting Instagram. Now, let me put a caveat around that. You're still going to see my content on Instagram because I'm creating it for other platforms. So I may as well kill two birds with one stone, right? If I create something and it's a reel and it's in vertical, I may as well post it to Instagram just to keep showing a sign of life, right? But I'm not going to be focusing on pleasing that algorithm, on creating native content, using native fonts. All of that stuff is so time consuming. And if I'm being honest, I was seeing zero ROI, putting so much time into videos only to see them get, maybe a couple hundred views, as they call it, Instagram jail. And I really started getting frustrated because my follower count wasn't increasing. I was following the gurus, doing what they said, and in the process, I was going against the very advice that I give my clients about growing on video. Because the kinds of videos that I am teaching people how to make are all about showcasing your personality, talking about the value that you bring to your clients. And yes, there are ways to package that in creative ways on Instagram. So the frustration for me was not about Instagram not working. I mean, obviously anything works if you put in the reps, you put in the time. But at the end of the day, when I assessed the return on my time and resource investment on Instagram and the return on investment that I was seeing on other platforms like LinkedIn and YouTube for the same or sometimes less effort than I was putting into Instagram, made this decision a no-brainer for me because I really realized that where my content was resonating the most, where I was creating the deepest connections, and where I really truly saw client growth was on those platforms and on LinkedIn especially. And right now, I'm really excited about using the two platforms together. So in my LinkedIn posts, embedding YouTube videos. So it actually drives people from LinkedIn to my YouTube and vice versa. And so that's a really cool spot to be, and something that I'm exploring further through things like newsletters, lives, and other things I'm doing on the platforms to grow my audience and to grow my influence. So I'm launching a 90-day sprint with this podcast. If you're watching or following in real time when this was released, join me. Even if you're watching or listening to this long after this challenge is over, go back to the beginning, which is this video, and do the journey with me. See where it takes you, because I want to empower you to go on this journey with me. I want you to understand that if Instagram or TikTok or whatever platform it is not working for you, you don't have to do it. It's not critical to your success. There's more than one way to get to your destination, and it's so important to enjoy the journey. I wasn't enjoying the journey on Instagram. It was making me feel like crap about myself, to be perfectly honest. It was affecting my self-esteem. It was creating all kinds of complexes with comparison syndrome. the mindset stuff that I'm constantly talking to clients about. So I'm trying to walk the talk, like really take what I am experiencing and show you, pull back the curtain. Look, even for people who have video confidence, even for people who can create content in their sleep, there is still an art to doing that. So I am humbly embarking on this YouTube journey where I'm going to learn what works and I'm going to share it with you. By embedding my YouTube videos into my LinkedIn posts, I'm actually getting the best out of both platforms because I'm able to seamlessly have my audience go between the two and bring subscribers on YouTube to LinkedIn and vice versa. This helps me truly expand my reach and really target the right people. So LinkedIn is where I go to connect with entrepreneurs and professionals who are really serious about personal branding and about leveling up their visibility and getting better at being on video, getting better at public speaking. And when they're on that platform, they're in that mindset. Whereas the same people on Instagram might be looking for something different. Maybe they're off work and they want to be entertained, or they're off work and they want to look at something that has nothing to do with work. That's obviously not always the case, and there's plenty of business advice on Instagram. But for me personally, for my business, I would rather connect with them on LinkedIn and YouTube. So the question to ask yourself is, what is the best strategy for you? And the only way to know that is to look specifically at your business, at your offering. What are you helping people with? And where do they go to really learn about that? And of course, they can learn about that on a lot of different platforms, but where are the deepest, richest conversations taking place? That's how you know where you need to spend your time. And no matter what platform you decide to show up on, that confidence, being magnetic on video, knowing what to say, how to say it, and ultimately how to get eyeballs on what you're putting out there, that is the key. That's the most important thing no matter where you show up. Whether you're on YouTube, LinkedIn, Instagram, TikTok, or any other platform, having that video presence is non-negotiable. That's something that you need to develop from day one. Now, for someone like me, who's a former broadcaster, even I had to get better at this when I started this social media video game, because I'm used to talking like a reporter. I'm used to being, my mom calls it bombastic when I speak on camera. I was told I had a reporter voice, and that's something that doesn't really work as well when I'm trying to connect with people on a really much deeper level, right? So something that I've had to learn is obviously, the voice techniques that I've been employing throughout my broadcasting career are important, but I also need to learn how to deliver a little more naturally, which might sound kind of weird for someone who's been on camera for like 20 years, but it's true. Because if I was sitting here and talking to you like a news person, like the connection is a completely different thing, right? It's the same thing if you're really corporate minded. If you've been in the corporate world for a long time and you're used to speaking a certain way in meetings, you need to kind of shake that off, right? Like you need to find what really works for you. And so that's why something like a 90-day YouTube challenge is so great, because whether you're posting once a week, 3 times a week, anywhere in between, 5 times a week, anywhere in between, you're going to really learn what works. You're going to be able to go to those analytics and see what is the precise moment that people started tuning out, that you lost viewers. This is something I'm going to be focusing on really, really carefully as I do this challenge, because this is a two-way street. It's not just about me putting out content or you putting out content. It's about learning what your audience likes, what they don't like, what resonates with them, what causes them to click away, what causes them to tune in. This is all stuff you can only learn by putting yourself out there, by being out there. And sometimes that's uncomfortable. You have to face some pretty harsh truths about yourself. You got to leave your ego at the door. I certainly am. But that's what makes challenges like this so important. And I really hope that you'll either join me or at least follow along the way to see if you can learn something too that you can apply in your own visibility journey. If you're watching what's happening on LinkedIn right now, video is taking off. If you open your LinkedIn app, you'll see that there is now a video tab at the bottom. And if you're watching or listening to this, a long time from now, maybe this is pretty mainstream, but at the time of this recording, this is something that a lot of people don't know about. There is a TikTok style video feed on LinkedIn on mobile. So if you click on that, you'll be able to swipe up videos just like you do on TikTok, just like you do on Facebook if you watch things that way. So TikTok has really revolutionized video. I want to be clear here. I'm not suggesting that every entrepreneur ditch Instagram. Far from it. This is a very niche specific decision. So for example, I have a client and a close friend named Dory. She's a travel advisor. Her handle is YOLO Let's Go Insta. Instagram is her jam. That's where she needs to be. She posts travel content. She posts exciting places that you can visit. And the way that she packages that content is in a way that really resonates with people on that platform. People are going to Instagram to be entertained. They want quick hits. They want that quick dopamine rush. And the kind of content that she posts really resonates there. Whereas the kind of content that I'm posting, sure, it resonates if it actually reaches the right people, but there's other platforms where I can invest my time and resources and energy and get a better ROI and grow that channel, which is my YouTube channel, so that the videos there can live long beyond when I post them, right? So it's not just like the first couple hours or 24 hours that story lives or that reel is out there. It can actually rank long after I posted the video. People's YouTube videos from years ago are still getting a lot of great views, and you can monetize that. YouTube is also a search engine. And because it's a search engine, it will rank on things like Google. So YouTube videos will come up on Google. So that's a really great payoff as well when you focus on something like YouTube. So this is a really great way for you to level up your business. It's not about getting the maximum number of followers at all. The people who are really crushing it on YouTube, a lot of them took years to grow their followings. That's what I'm trying to do here. It's not like a quick, instant fame overnight kind of situation. This is a slow burn. So whenever you are watching this or listening to this, check in and see where I'm at with that YouTube journey. I'm starting today with 70 followers, 70 subscribers on YouTube, about just under 1,600 followers on LinkedIn. So if you're watching or listening now, that's where I'm at. That's where I'm starting this 90-day sprint. And I'm hoping to get to 10K between those two platforms in 90 days. So let me know if you're going to try this. Are you going to join my 90-day challenge? And if so, definitely don't be a stranger. Come and say hello. I'd love to know how you're going about it and how I can create content to help you along the way. But I'll leave you with this. If it's not working for you, if it doesn't feel aligned, if it makes you feel like crap about yourself, then don't do it. Bless it, release it, and find what works. Find the content creation strategy that lights you up. Find the content creation strategy that is sustainable for you. What platform can you be on where you wake up and you're like, yep, I can do that. I can do that. I can post today. Better yet, you can batch your content so that you can have things ready to go in advance. That's certainly the best way to be consistent. But I really want you to think carefully about where you feel best about showing up. And just because everybody else is in one place, it doesn't mean you have to be there as well. If it's not serving you, if it's not returning on the investment of time, of money, of energy, of all that mental energy and of that, frankly, your self-esteem. I mean, if you're pouring your heart into something and it's not working, you can hire a coach to help you figure it out and help you get better. So ultimately, you need to make the best decision for yourself. It's all about working smarter, not harder. And right now, as I record this in October 2024, I see LinkedIn and YouTube as the greatest opportunities for long-term growth and creating true, meaningful, and deep connections with my audience. Thanks so much for watching or listening to this episode of the Camera Confident Podcast. I would love if you could subscribe, leave a review if you like this episode. It helps reach more people and ultimately grow this podcast into something that can help even more thought leaders, entrepreneurs, service-based businesses like yourself.